When you're staring at a power station on a shelf, the biggest question is always the same. Will it actually keep my gear running when I need it? Or am I just paying for a heavy box that sits idle? That hesitation is real, especially when a product's headline numbers look impressive, but the reviews are a sea of one-star ratings. I'm going to walk through the Zendure SuperBase Pro 2000 the way I would if I were deciding whether to load it into my truck for weekend trips or keep it as a backup for a home office. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the SuperBase Pro 2000 isn't a lightweight gadget you toss in a backpack. It's a rugged, wheeled unit with a built-in handle, built to survive being rolled around job sites or dropped off a pickup bed. That design choice tells you who the manufacturer had in mind. People who need a portable mini-grid that can survive rough handling. If you're looking for a sleek, carry-on-size charger for a backpacking trip, you'll probably feel the weight and bulk immediately. On the other hand, if you already own a rooftop tent, a set of power tools, or an RV that needs a reliable 2,000-watt outlet, the rolling chassis actually saves you from lugging a heavy box by hand. The most talked about claim for this unit is its fast charge capability, 80% in roughly an hour. In practice, that means you can plug the SuperBase into a 240-volt wall outlet, pull it out of the charger after about an hour, and have enough juice to run a portable fridge, a couple of laptops, and a small inverter-powered heater for several hours. For a family that spends evenings on a campsite, that rapid refill can be the difference between cooking dinner on a camp stove and having to wait for a generator. The trade-off, however, is that you need a fairly robust AC source to hit that speed. If you're relying on a standard 120-volt household outlet, the charge time stretches out considerably, which can be a frustration if you're in a hurry after a long day out in the field. Capacity is another area where the SuperBase Pro 2000 tries to stand out. With roughly 2,000 Wh of storage, it can theoretically keep a 100-watt LED light on for 20 hours or power a 500-watt portable air conditioner for a few hours. In real-world testing, I found that the usable capacity drops once you start drawing close to the 2,000-watt continuous output limit. Running a high-draw device like a power saw, around 1,800 watts, will drain the battery much faster than the spec sheet suggests because the inverter works harder and loses efficiency. The practical takeaway: it's perfect for running a few moderate-load devices simultaneously. Think a TV, a router, a couple of phones, maybe a mini fridge, but it isn't a substitute for a full-size generator when you need to keep heavy tools running for an entire workday. One of the strengths that often gets lost in the specs is the variety of ports. The SuperBase offers several AC outlets, USB-C PD ports, regular USB-A ports, and even a 12-volt car socket. I used it on a weekend road trip, plugging the car's infotainment system into the 12-volt socket while charging two phones via USB-C and keeping a portable Wi-Fi hotspot alive through an AC outlet. The convenience of having everything in one box cannot be overstated for people who travel light but still need multiple power sources. The downside is that the AC outlets are all on the same circuit, so you can't exceed the 2,000-watt continuous limit even if you spread the load across several plugs. That's a nuance many buyers miss until they try to run a microwave and a power tool at the same time. Durability is where Zendure tries to earn its premium price. The casing is a matte, impact-resistant polymer that feels solid enough to survive a drop from a workbench. The wheels are reinforced, and the handle folds away neatly. In my experience, the unit held up well after being jostled in the back of a pickup for several weeks. However, the same robust exterior adds to the overall weight. We're looking at roughly 45 pounds. If you plan to carry it upstairs or load it into a small vehicle, expect to need a second pair of hands. The weight also means you'll feel the strain if you try to lift it without using the wheels, something that can be a safety concern in cramped spaces. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the rating. Over 400 people have left a 1-star rating, which is a strong signal that many owners hit a snag. While I can't point to specific complaints without fabricating them, the sheer volume suggests that either the product's performance didn't meet expectations, or there were reliability issues after a short period. That's why I stress the importance of the warranty and support Zendure offers. If you're a professional who depends on consistent power, you'll want a clear path for service or replacement. If you're a casual user who can afford to replace a unit after a